Welcome to Saturday morning long hair styling. And see the dress I'm wearing with my long hair. So anyway, I love this dress. It's a fun dress. I'm going to take a little bit of this Aussie leave-in hair insurance and spritz it on the top of my hair so that I can help kind of smooth it down. I would probably comb out my hair more this morning, but I need to get going soon. So I don't have tons of time because I like to take my time on it. So I don't have say an hour the way that I like to thoroughly comb out my hair. So what I do is I have my scrunchie. Because yes, I know people hated scrunchies at one time, but surprise of all surprise, scrunchies are back in style. Well, they are if you have long hair. If you have short hair, you might not wear them. Well, you could. I mean, half up. Even if your hair's short, you could wear a scrunchie with a half up, I guess. But I just find scrunchies are really good for containing long hair, for sure. Pull it around again. Pull through again. I think I mean, this scrunchie is pretty, but I think I like the satiny scrunchies better, and I'll tell you why. They seem like no hairs come out with them, whereas with this one, because it has a little bit of texture to it and it's pretty, it can occasionally pull out a hair, I've noticed. Whereas the other one I had in my hair for a day and a half, and yeah, so people do make their own satin scrunchies. I want to do silk because honestly, I don't really like animal products. I try to avoid them, so I don't. I never like silk anyway. Another thing about silk and leather and things like that, you can't throw it in the washing machine. And I love things that you can wash. So I've been looking at analytics, trying to see where I'm getting a lot of traffic from. A year ago, it used to be India. Now it seems like Mexico, Indonesia, and the United States seem to be where most of my viewers are coming from. Anyways, I'm Brazil. Yes, in Brazil too. I do get a lot of viewers from Brazil too. That's true. I was just talking about the top 3, I think, of the analytics. But Brazil is really cool, beautiful country. I use the Google Translate sometimes to translate your guys' comments, so I don't really speak. I mean, I understand a little bit of Spanish, a little bit from college, a little bit of French, and that kind of helps me with understanding a tiny bit of Portuguese, but I am not, fluent in Portuguese or Espanol or Francais. Je parle. I really need to. Some of it comes back when I start thinking about it, but I have to think about it. And it's been a minute since I took a language course. So yeah. I kind of like braiding my hair after it's been in a nice braid because it has this texture to it and it's kind of fun. Maybe I took too much for that one section of hair. Put some down. Yeah, I'm probably gonna give some back to the other section so that, well, maybe not. Maybe it'll braid okay. We'll have to see. I think that's too good of a section though, really. Hello. I'm good. How are you, Mr. Rapunzel or Mr. Rapunzel liker? You know, this whole long hair thing is kind of awesome because it's gotten me to try so many new brushes and products. And like I told you yesterday, I think after experimenting with so many different tools for my YouTube channel, I will say the wide tooth comb is my favorite. And I'm kind of getting back into really, if I use a brush, liking this brush because it's so bendy. I mean, I still do have this brush, but I feel like the Tangle Teezer brush. A lot of people really love like this Tangle Teezer brush, but I feel like I have to be so careful if I use this brush. It's not a bad brush. I just don't feel like I feel like there's a possibility it can kind of tug on the hair. But you know the thing I really like about this brush is once you've completely like brush and comb your hair out, this brush is good for like smoothing out the top of your hair. And then see, I really love this 1950 style dress. It's pretty, isn't it? I need to get a better microphone for the laptop when I do live streams. This one's not sufficient in my opinion. I know you guys really like my hair loose, but um I do that when I brush it here, but I don't wear it out like that because loose hair doesn't really hold up very well. Like it's a beautiful aesthetic, it's just not practical in day-to-day application. Like it's really pretty, like I'm not saying it's not, but just yeah, like it causes a lot of tangling if you leave your hair loose when you go places. So Halloween's coming up, and I've never really been big on Halloween, but like I have these ideas. Like I kind of want to dress up as a Syrian queen or something like Zenobia. I don't know. Probably not going to do it, but I just had this funny thought. I'm like, I could be something that nobody would really know what that was. It'd be like, what is Zenobia? Hmm, who knows? Anyway, probably not going to do it. Me, I live by myself right now. Like, I just, yeah, I live on my own right now. It's, I have family, I just don't live with them. Like, that's kind of, I did up until recently live with, a relative, but they're not here anymore. So, yeah. Um, it's more common in America. Like, people don't always live together. Like I think it's great. Like I love the idea of multi-generational families. I think it's awesome. I mean, I'm part Syrian and that's what my grandma did. Like basically when she came to the United States, I know she lived with her daughter and I think they had some cousins that they helped bring over here. So people used to live in multi-generational families in many cultures. I think it would make more sense, and for childcare, it was a great idea, especially now. Like I would think, with a lot of people not being able to send their kids to school, and if they have to work, if you had retired parents that were at home, I think there were more benefits to multi-generational families living together than less. I just happen to be kind of American in this way that, hey, I don't live, you know, I'm a single person, so I live by myself. Yep, yep, yep. But, it's all good. I'm happy. I see my sister a lot, so. Well, not all the time, but I saw her a week ago. Yeah. Anyway, let's braid our hair. Yeah, the sections are one was way too big. Not to start again, but you can ask. I'm not married. I haven't lied about that. Yeah, I'm not married. Doesn't bother me. Am I looking to meet someone online? Probably not. Like, if I met somebody, it'd be in real life because that's just how I kind of am. Like, personally, that's just my opinion that that's what works best for me. I know some people, they go online to meet people. Yeah, that would not work for me because I would have to see somebody in my daily life every day, like, to know them. And I like living in California, so I personally would never move somewhere else. And also, too, like, I wouldn't go and see someone who lives somewhere else. So to me, that's just not, like, personally, if I do meet someone, it's just gonna be through what happens in life in California. Like, but I also, too, am not in a rush to meet someone because I want to meet someone good and, somebody that's compatible with me. So, yeah, that's my answer. Because I think some people think, I share long hair on here because I have a big passion for long hair and I think it's pretty, and a lot of people like long hair. But I think a lot of people, they assume like this is a dating profile or something. Because I've had people like ask me that before, and I'm like, it's not a dating profile. It's just a hair channel. Like, a lot of, like, there's women that are married and in relationships and they have hair channels. I think maybe because mine's more conversational, people, I don't know, maybe they just have a different opinion of it or something, but it's interesting. Yeah, I've had people ask me before, like, I don't know, because I've never once said that this channel is a dating profile for myself, so I am single, but I'm not using this channel as a platform to meet people because, okay, honestly, too, like, you just need to meet people locally in your own life. Like, that's the best way to do it. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but it's already hard to meet people anyway if you're doing like a long distance, like, I know a lot of people, they do like long distance relationships, but I think you're going to set yourself up for a lot of disappointment. Like, yes, some of them work, but there's a lot of cases where I just remember reading about this woman, like, I guess she really liked this guy that she met online. She thought he was so great, like, wonderful, and they really clicked and all that, and he was like the one for her, okay? So she made him move to her city, move in with her, give up his job, and then I guess, I don't know, was she fickle? A little bit, probably. I think she was fickle, because if there was a connection between them, she probably could have tried to talk it out with him. But immediately she became resentful because once he moved to her city and was living with her, he had a hard time finding a job in the new city. And he was home all the time, and she was very social and very active. And I was thinking, well, I don't know, like, what were you expecting? You told this guy to give up his life, move to your city, and then you got mad at him because he didn't find a job right away. I don't know what she was trying to say, that she thought he was not going to ever work again, but it sounded like she made him give up his job to move there. So it was kind of, see, and I feel like in a situation like that, well, that could have been avoided right off the bat if you had just met such a person in real life. You would have known, oh, online we might have some great conversations, but then in person, our personalities are a lot different. So, yeah, I think people are in such a rush these days. They're always, it's like so many people are in a rush. Like, they have to do this so fast. Like, they just need to have that relationship. Like, they need to be in a relationship now, 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 now. And yeah, I know a lot of people that have been married and divorced 3 times because they pursued that. So, I would rather be single longer and maybe meet someone I'm more compatible with at a time when it's right than just rush into being in that relationship status. So it probably is, yeah, so that's kind of my take on it. I don't like, I think being single can be a lot of fun. I like talking with different kinds of people. Um, due to COVID, I think people need to be safe too. You can't just go out and date a lot of people. I think you can't, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like how it used to be. But also, too, I'm more like an introverted kind of person. I'm not gonna be hitting up Tinder. Like, that's just not my style. Like, I'm kind of more old fashioned in some way. So anyway, yeah, I'm single, but I like being single. Mhm. Gracias. And yeah, so I still feel like the divisions of the hair, like too. This one's too big. A little too big. That one and that one. Doesn't feel like it has enough hair, so I don't think I aimed quite right again. And if I give this much to that one, it's going to be too much on that one. It's a great question because then it makes that one fit with it. This is kind of why I like to do a really thorough hair brushing before I braid because then I feel like the divisions are better. Just do. I need to get my hair super wet. Okay, that's another thing too that I guess I don't get. Okay, I feel like everything I feel about long hair is 100% different than other people. Like, when my hair was shorter, I think I talked about this on another live stream. I used to wash it a little bit more, like maybe every other day, which to me, now if I could go back, I don't think I do it that much. But I think the reason I did that, especially in the summer, was because it's okay, it just was easier to comb out back then. But I still don't think I do it that much as I do now. It just was so quick. Not quick, but it would slick down your hair for braiding, and I loved it. Like, I love having wet hair to braid. Like, not super wet. Like, I don't comb out my hair when it's sopping wet. But I do like it when my hair is wet, like for braiding, because I feel like it stays in a braid. But a lot of people in the long hair community talk about how they have to air dry their hair and they can't leave the house until their hair is dried. And I'm like, I guess I'm just like, everything I do long hair wise is going to be different than other people. I just, I didn't really do, okay, I looked at the long hair community after I joined YouTube because some people recommended it, and I didn't really. There were things on there that I had already learned through my own research about henna. Like, I had already researched that on my own, like years ago, and I'm not sure how I feel about always using a forum to do research. Like, it might be good to discuss things occasionally, but I just, yeah, I didn't feel like a lot of things people would say on there, or just like things people say in long hair and just them, is not what works for me. I like, right now I squirt a lot of this in my hair and I wet my hair down a lot because I like to have my hair, like, it's not super wet right now. It dries pretty quickly in my opinion. Like, my hair doesn't seem stay sopping wet for long. Like, it dries pretty quick on its own, and it's California. It's warm outside anyway. But I actually like my hair wetted down, and if it's wet, I like that sleek hair look. I really like it, and I feel like it's just so easy to braid, and I love to let my hair dry when it's wet. And I think that's just the one thing that I used to really love about when I did wash my hair a little bit more. Not that I'm doing that because I feel like health-wise for your hair, it's better to wash less. But when I used to wash my hair like almost every other day, I used to love, love, love like letting it be wet and dry in a braid. That was my grape jelly jam, and yeah, I just really like it. So I don't feel like you have to have your hair dry like before you leave the house. I'm different than everybody else on that front. I really am. But now I don't wash my hair as much. Like I get it wet in the shower. But even that, like if you do a little bit of a scalp rinse, like your hair dries pretty fast. So yeah, it takes a lot actually, like when I go to actually wash my hair. Like truth to be told, it takes almost like 2 to 3 minutes before my hair feels wet enough to apply shampoo. Like I really have to like use a lot of water. And it's funny, people don't complain about wasting water as much anymore since all this happened. Like they say wash your hands 20 seconds, but yeah, I mean, if you're worried about wasting water when you wash your hair, you could do it with a bucket, I guess. I did that growing up. It's not such a enjoyable experience. Um, yeah, there was a time, like, because when I was a kid, we had a septic tank, and if you ran too much water, like, sometimes it had issues, because if you live in a small mountain town, like, you're not on a sewer, and it was an older septic tank, and sometimes, like, we had to be, like, if we were washing our hair, like, I would wash it in the sink, because we had a shower, but I don't know, like, I was told, don't waste too much water, and I actually kind of hated that, 'cause it's like, I don't want to sound like I'm a water waster, and I know all the hardcore environmentalists are gonna hate me, but whatever. Like, I didn't enjoy that experience, but you could do that if you want. Actually, people, they do it in many countries, and they have amazing hair, and you don't need to wash your hair every single day. That's guess what I'm trying to say. Anyway, who knows where the main conversation is. I feel like, dude, I feel like some parts are sticking out that I don't want sticking out. I need to hold towels. Sometimes. It's good. I don't know why. Okay. But I really like this dress too. I had not worn it in a hot minute, but I still have some other dresses. Well, I think I wore pretty much everything from those dresses I bought recently. And I thought about braiding down more of my hair to the ends, but I kind of don't know. Like these days, like now I'm kind of changing my mind. Like some days I'm like, maybe I want a little bit of a tail hanging out of my braid. So I'm like, yeah, I think I might leave it like that. And so that's my hair. This is like when I talk about hairstyling, I'm talking about using stuff like it makes my hair feel softer. I like it a lot. And it has aloe in it. And I know you could do the natural aloe yourself, but I remember when I did that, it made my hair really soft, but it was kind of hard to detangle because it was natural aloe and I didn't filter it. Maybe I'll try that again sometime. We'll see. I have some ideas. Like, I do want to do some edited videos for this channel. However, I've been busy with my organizing project, so I just haven't got around to it. But anyway, have a lovely day.